Hey guys, this is Gatsby with Tape, and today you join me for the final episode, the finale of Season 4 of Fighter Jet Showdown. And here we have our contestants. So let's go through them, remember which planes are going up, and then have a big-ass dogfight. Well, lots of big-ass dogfights. Well, lots of fairly normal-ass dogfights. We're gonna have some dogfights. Anyway, yes, so the winners of the first episode were the F-53 Emperor and the F-49 Guard, which came to me from Carl. They're the only dogfighting pair to actually make it into the finale. Apparently, the rule I introduced where you could submit two slightly different craft to fight with each other wasn't that good, except for these two fighters. And these are really good. They just dominated the competition. I'm not sure if any of them got shot down, but yeah. Anyway, so in episode 2, the winner was the ASIF Mark II. This came to me from Punkelflufen, and it's one of these small, just kind of ridiculous fighters that just ruined everything. Actually got 3 engines because it has a little Juno back here, and yeah, this is a pretty intense fighter, very hard to hit because of its size. Of course, episode 3 was won by the X-Ray Liberator from Maximus Light. Just one of the best fighters I've ever seen, and my favorite to win the competition overall. Not my favorite, but you know, like, the favorite. Anyway, yeah, 3 rear control surfaces, just engines, wings for days. It's just insane, and yeah, really earned its place here. Episode 4 was won by the X-32 Sparrow, created by ATP 1999, and yeah, this is kind of looks a little bit like the X-Ray Liberator. You can kind of see it when they're next to each other, but well, is not. It is a different fighter, and it's really good. Although I don't remember everything, but it should be, yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway. Episode 5 was won by the G-Force Wren, a plane with some pedigree in this competition, and quite a small fighter, quite unconventional, not like anything else we've got here, and did really well, and has a good chance of winning this, I think. And then episode 6 was won by the T-14 M7 Shikra, which came to me from Max. Not Maximus Light, different Max. This is just insane. It's probably the most successful conventional-ish looking plane we've had this competition, with its just kind of lots of control surfaces, these big ones at the front, and then it's got more back, it's got the cheetah engines. It's just a really nice, sleek design, and it does quite well. And then the honourable mentions, of course, the T-13 SETI Fly, which went up against the X-32, I believe, and was really good, but just lost out in the final. But I think probably could have taken it under slightly different circumstances, maybe. So it is back for a chance at the crown. And then, of course, the final honourable mention is the FV-106 Cupid. Maybe not the best other fighter we've seen, but definitely the most entertaining. Dominated so many planes, fought so well, and was just really fun to watch. And this came to me from the Doom Turtle, and I forgot to say, the T-13 came to me from Reverend Jellybeans, which is this plane. So yeah, anyway, let's start fighting. Alright, so the first round is of course between the F-53, F-49 and the ASIFs. Let's get them with their engines on first, Peter, and then get... Oh no, oh, shit, fuck, everything's fucked. I'm fucking it all up. Let's just get them into the air. Alright! So yeah, the way I'm just putting the fighters up against each other is just chronologically. So episode 1 will go up against episode 2, 3 against 4, 5 against 6, and then the honourable mentions will compete for a spot as well. Alright, so the Guard is a little faster than the Emperor, but I think the Emperor might be the better plane, and of course the ASIFs are rather small. The finale tends to be filled with some pretty insane dogfights, because, you know, it's a distilled set of, like, the best fighters, and, well, it should be a fairly nasty showdown. Alright, so 8 kilometers, we're starting now, everyone turning. Who will get missiles away first? Looks like the ASIFs get their missiles away first. You can see the Guard and the Emperor also getting missiles away, but mostly popping countermeasures, trying to get away. How are they doing? Quite well. Yeah, it looks like everyone's exchanged a single missile. Not too heavy on the missiles. I guess they both fired pretty quickly and had to start evading. Another one released by the Guard, another one by the Emperor. Could actually win the fight with a bit of tactical missile usage. It can be, well, actually missiles have gotten far more interesting in recent BD Armory updates, so that's good. Lots almost getting the ASIF, but not quite enough. Just too fast and maneuverable. Look at that. But he does now have the, I think the Guard on his tail, and the Guard opens up with his 20 mils, but this guy turns around for a bit of a joust. Will they kill each other now? Oh, and this guy gets ripped apart by the Guard. in a little bit of a joust. Rarely see kills when they're facing each other because they're coming together so quickly. And now the Emperor is on the back of the Asif. Well, well, well. It's not looking good for the Asifs. He might be able to get out of this, but it's not looking great. The guard is now bearing down, having to avoid a few missiles, but generally... Wait, is that... Yeah, that's him. Okay, so he is bearing down indeed. I thought maybe he was the guy who was really far away. Anyway, but yeah, this guy seems unable to shake the Emperor from his tail. The Emperor has a much bigger wing surface than the guard, and I believe than the Asif, which probably makes it, a better fighter, but now the... Asif has gotten behind the Emperor, but is now having to deal with the guard. That's the problem of being 2-on-1, is you get behind someone and then you have to deal with someone else. But he is putting down fire on the guard. Will he take a kill? No, he's having to run from missiles. Yeah, he's clearly an insane fighter, but and then gets hit by a missile, but is actually alive. He's fine. This is fine. But then is shredded by the guard and the Emperor simultaneously. It is really hard to come back from a 2-on-1, so yeah. Very well done to Carl, the Guard, and the Emperor. They're rather nice, and we'll be going to the semi-finals. Alright, let's move on to the next round of the qualifier. Okay, so the next round of the qualifier is between the X-32 Sparrow and the X-Ray Liberator. Interestingly, the two that are quite similar to each other, actually. I'll just make sure their engines are on. Yes, they are. Alright. Yeah, fairly similar aircraft to each other in sort of design methodology, I guess. They're both kind of lots of wings, almost like a triplane sort of thing. It'll be interesting to see who wins. It is, by the way, just incredibly. If you got to the final at all, the finale at all, and you know, didn't get knocked out in the other rounds, it's incredibly impressive that you're here at all. So if you get knocked out in the qualifier, don't feel too bad. But yeah, these are extremely maneuverable, and I'm hoping can actually give the X-rays a bit of a run for their money, because yes, they actually get missiles away at the X-rays. No other plane has ever done that. Granted, they've only fought 3 other planes, but still, in the episode where the X-rays won, they didn't have to. They just fired their missiles, never had to dodge any missiles, and then used their skill of just moving in, shooting the enemies while they were dodging missiles. But it looks like that's not happening today. It looks like we'll actually get a fight out of them, which is obviously what I want to see, because that's way more interesting. And also, because, you know, it would be a shame if that happened every time, if they just walked over their competition. Alright, but it does look like the X-rays do have the X-32s on the ropes a little bit. Missiles pinning them down. Maybe a late version of the strategy they seem to use. And opening up on the X-32, ripping the first one apart. And almost running into the debris. One left. Will he be able to take out an X-ray? That would be quite the achievement, really. I mean, we've never seen it happen. But he is dodging missiles. Oh god, the X-rays do seem to just use missiles really well and then come in for a gun kill. How the hell do you make them do that? I don't know. Anyway, that was a bit of a murder, but the longest and most competitive fight the X-Ray Liberators have ever been in. So very well done to the X-32s. You put up a good fight. But yeah, these guys are just... There's some secret in here I'm gonna find. There's secretly like some advanced AI mod in here that he's tricked me into installing. Can't even see any reaction wheels. I don't know. This is I'm calling hacks. Anyway, let's move on to the next round of the semi-finals. Next round of the qualifiers. Alright. Ooh, strafing run. Brutal. Alright, third round of the qualifier, of course, between the T-14 M7 Shikras and the G-Force Wrens. The G-Force Wrens, the only single-engine fighter to make it to the final, except for the Cupid, but that's an honorable mention. So I guess this is the most successful, probably the most successful single-engine fighter we've ever seen, which is a very hard thing to pull off. However, the T-14s are pretty savage in their ability to fly and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know who's going to win, because they're both fairly amazing aircraft. It's always hard to tell in these finales who's going to win. Except when it comes to the Liberator. No, I kind of, I still thinking they might win the whole thing, but I want to see an underdog come take it and be like, yo, no one fucks with me, bro. Anyway, it looks like the T-14 is firing first, but the G-Forces do get some missiles away, so they won't have total domination. So everyone will be diving low to avoid missiles. And popping lots of countermeasures. We actually did see a kill once where they just fired so many missiles that the enemy ran out of countermeasures, which was pretty amazing. Wow, look at all the shadows of the missiles. That's kind of cool. Anyway, well, it looks like all the missiles are missing. More like missiles, am I right? I'm never going to stop making that joke. I know it's not funny. I know I say it literally every episode. Oh, the G-Force is coming in with gunfire! And a high-speed pass, looking beautiful, but this guy is bearing down on one of the G-Forces now. Will he get behind him? Will he put guns to him? Will the other one do something? It's hard to tell, but oh, this guy is shooting at the G-Force now. Shoots off something? It looks like the G-Force did take some damage there. Will it prove fatal? Actually, doesn't look like anything exploded that I can see, and this guy is firing missiles, but the T-14... Where is the T-14? Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's right there. Oh my god! It looks like this guy's gotten in front of the... behind the T-14 now, but it's floundering. Maybe he is missing something now. He did look like an explosion, but it may have just been flashes from bullets. And there are two G-forces right here, right on the T-14. They might pull it back and take the kill, because that guy is too far away, being held away with missiles. So... Oh, but one of the missiles strikes the other G-force, which doesn't quite destroy it, but does rip off a wing, probably making it a pretty ineffective fighter. This is getting interesting. So the G-force moving in for the distant T-14 now. No idea where the other T-14 is. There it is. I think I usually lose track of it. Maybe it's just so fast, or maybe it has secret stealth. This guy popping a lot of countermeasures, avoiding some kind of missile, but maybe popping too many countermeasures. Oh my god, one of the T-14's taken out by missile. Now it is 2-on-1, but the other G-force has been chased into the ocean, so now it is 1-on-1. That rarely happens. Now, who will win? 1-on-1, G-force versus T-14. Who is better? Missiles away from the T-14, and he is closing in on the G-force. I guess the single engine will slow down the G-force, although they aren't actually heading away from each other. This guy putting fire on the G-force, but he's just too fast and small and does manage to evade, but probably not for long. He is right on the tail of the G-force and lighting him up. Look at this shit. This is some, I say it a lot, but this is some Ace Combat shit. And he takes the kill, ripping the G-force apart, probably making him experience extreme G-forces. And the T-14 is victorious. Well, that was one of the best fights we've seen so far in maybe the whole series. That was damn good. That went back and forth a lot. Anyway, so now for the final round of the semi-final, to see who will go up against the T-14. Final round of the qualifier, goddammit. To see who will go up against the T-14. Let's go see that now. Alright, the final round of the qualifier. The two honourable mentions competing to get their place back in this competition. The T-13 Setifly and the FV-106 Cupid. Let's get them into the air. I know the World Cup's on right now, but I think this is my World Cup. This is way more interesting than, you know, watching some football men run around. Although, I don't know, football's, it can be fun to watch. Apparently, America, Mexico, and Canada are hosting the World Cup next year. Not next year, in 2026. Very much not next year. That'll be interesting. North America's seem all kind of mad at each other right now, you know? Anyway. Well, football will unify them, although America will call it soccer. Actually, all of them will probably call it soccer. Well, Mexico will probably call it whatever Spanish is for football. Anyway, all right. So now it's fighting time. We're exchanging missiles. The FV-106, the only other, well, the one of the two single-engine fighters that made it into the finale of this competition. The Zeti flies some pretty savage planes, which almost did win their episode, really. But they were just outdone. They are bearing down on the FV-106s now, and oh yeah, lighting him up quite a bit. Oh wow, quite a lot of fire on him right there. But didn't take him down. These FV-106s actually in the past have been quite durable. I had some guy yell at me in the comments that they were too durable. That maybe, I don't exactly know what he was implying, but that I'd like colluded with the developer of this plane. Hack the parts. Like, obviously you can't hack parts because it's my install. Anyway, I don't know what's gonna happen. It looks like these are the FV-106s are close together and maybe being rounded up by the SETI flies, and actually has been destroyed as the camera glitched, and then that same SETI fly comes in and rips apart the other FV-106 kind of beautifully. That's some nice flying. I kind of thought that might happen, but I really did like the FV-106s. I thought they were cool, but clearly cool doesn't get you past the SETI flies. Anyway, alright, let's move on to the first round of the semi-final to see what the X-Ray will kill next. Alright, the first round of the semi-final between the X-Ray Liberator and the F-49 and F-53, Guard and Emperor. Let's get them into the air and see who will win. This will be interesting, because these are some fantastic aircraft, and I don't think I've ever had one shot down. Although I don't think these have ever been shot at. Like, I genuinely don't think anyone's ever fired their weapons at them, other than maybe a missile last time. So, it'll be interesting, but I'm still putting my money on these. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I just had to take a phone call about flights and stuff. You know, companies flying me around, you know. Actually, just to my training in Ireland. It's not glamorous at all. Anyway, alright, it's time to fight. The X-Rays pull off their missiles pretty quickly. Will the Emperor and Guard get a missile away? It is pretty vital that you get a missile away. They have not. Alright, okay. I think I might know how this is about to go. Oh, no. It's fine. As long as they can avoid the missiles, they should be okay. And if they can turn quickly... Actually, the Guard is moving straight in. Fuck that shit. The Guard is an extremely good dogfighter from what we've seen and is above the X-Rays. Bearing down on one of them. May put some fire onto one of them or just shoot at your own guy. Whatever. He's probably a liability. You know what you're doing. Alright, so this has not gone how the X-Rays thought it was. X-Rays thought it would go. And the Emperor is alive, but both of these planes are taking fire now. But this guy puts some gunfire down onto one of the X-Rays. Will he take a kill? Will he be the first to take out one of the X-Ray Liberators? Indeed he might be. He's putting down fire. Stuff's going on back there, but I really want to see. I will capture this on... Is he going to chase him into the ground? Oh my god. The X-Ray Liberator has been chased into the ground by the F-49 Guard. That is the first time an X-Ray has been killed, and the X-Rays are now disadvantaged. Trying to take out the Emperor, but not accurate enough. Trying to take out the Guard. The Emperor is now on his tail, putting fire down. This guy's got to get out of there, or he is going to be murdered, and will lose this competition. This is not how I thought this would go. Holy shit. This is a good dogfighting pair. I think they strategize pretty well. But this guy does take out the Guard and now just has to deal with the Emperor. Will he be able to do it or will he be shot down? He does appear to be faster than the Emperor and maybe more maneuverable, but I guess we'll see. The Emperor coming in, taking some fire, but it is now one-on-one. This is what I wanted to see from these guys. The Emperor and Guard, I underestimated them early, but this guy's now strafing. You're a blithering idiot. You're gonna be murdered. And indeed, he takes some hits, loses something. Nothing too vital, it appears, maybe a small control surface. But the Emperor is riding his tail. He is losing control. He needs all of his control surfaces to be stable, and it doesn't look like he's gonna get out of this. He loses another control surface. Will he be able to escape from the Emperor? It does not appear so. He is stuck to his tail in just beautiful fashion, maneuverable as hell, puts a bunch more gunfire onto the X-Ray Liberator, taking out its engine and one of its wings. It is surely down and out now. The Emperor will not leave the X-Ray alone, pulling off some incredible maneuvers, staying right on its tail, just like glue, putting more fire onto the X-Ray Liberator. Will he take him down? We will see this to its absolute conclusion, because, oh my god, there goes the X-Ray Liberator. I underestimated them foolishly. Well done to Carl, the the F-53 and the F-49. Excellent aircraft. Evaded the X-Ray's missile strategy and took them down before they could, took them down pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, but the first one went down quickly. Anyway, amazing dogfight. That was insane. Not what I expected. You've shaken up all of my expectations. Holy hell, these guys will be going to the final of the finale to compete for maybe the chance to be the King of Kings, and then maybe go to that episode I was talking about where we put all the winners up against each other. Alright, let's move to the next round of the semi-final to see who will go up against the F-49 and the F-53. So, the final round of the semi-final, of course, between the T-13 SETI flies, the honourable mentions who have worked their way here, and the T-14 M7 Shikarers. Let's get them into the air, and quick save, and then get them into the air. Alright. Alright, so, yes, the T-14 versus the T-13. So this is automatically one better, but will one be enough to win the dogfight? Who knows? And then they'll have the rather dubious honor of going to the final and fighting the planes who defeated the X-Ray Liberators. I am the man who killed Gus Fring, sort of thing. Oh, maybe I'll meme that right now.
I'm the fighter who killed
the X-Ray Liberator.
Say my name.
The F-53 Emperor and F-49 Guard.
You're goddamn right.
Maybe you're laughing, maybe you're wishing I'd made a meme right now, I don't know. Alright, it's murder time, let's go murder. So, these guys fire first, it appears. Much like Greedo fired first. I am really on Team Greedo, I have to say, you know. He gets a lot of flack, but he's just doing his job. Han's a piece of shit, he doesn't pay his debts. He's kind of an asshole, man. And he just bails on shit. Whoa, T-14, careful of the ground. Careful. Okay, alright, he got out of there. That was just tactical terrifying me. Because then I'd have to restart, because that'd be lame. I don't know, that is a legitimate kill, though. Anyway, so yeah, missiles being exchanged. These two have been split very far apart, which might not be great for them. And do have missiles bearing down on them quite seriously. Oh, that one looks like it's just run out of whatever the hell powers these missiles. Oh my god, he loses some stuff. Holy shit. The other T-14 is firing, though. Hitting the SETI fly, putting damage on him. Nice. But, yeah, both of these... So it looks like... Oh, shit. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. It looks like this guy's being basically just murdered. Has been murdered by the SETI fly. Now it is 2-on-1. The honourable mention, honourable as hell, coming back into this competition. But one of them destroyed by the T-14. Now it is 1-on-1 the way we like to see it. Who will win? Who is best? That guy actually still firing. It's still kind of... It's one and a bit on one, so I'm thinking the T-14s might take it, because this guy's going to be distracted, because that T-14 is still flying. He didn't do a good enough job of murdering him. He's fired a missile, but doesn't seem to be doing anything, and now is lighting him... Nope, thought he would, but he's not. And he's on the tail, though, and lighting up the T-13. Holy hell, that was an insane turn. Did you see that? That was crazy. And puts enough fire on the T-13 to send him spinning down towards the ground. The T-14s are victorious. I thought that might be the case. They are extremely good, but I have to say, the T-13s, really good. Definitely deserved their place in the final. Only didn't get here because there were two amazing aircraft in that competition, in that episode. Anyway, it's time to move on to the final between the T-14s and the Emperor and its guard. So, the final, the King of Kings, the battle, the clash of the Titans, the Emperor and its guard versus the T-14. Who will win? Let's find out. The T-14, of course, coming to me from Max. Not Maximus Light. He lost out. And the F-53 and F-49 coming to me from Carl. Surprised us all last time, defeating the great X-Ray Liberators. Making these truly some of the most impressive fighters we've ever seen, which is actually a pretty big compliment to the Liberators that is like the benchmark for impressiveness. But the T-14 is not to be fucked with. It is just ridiculously maneuverable, but also quite stable, can really stick on the tail of an enemy. But we saw the Emperor do that as well. I genuinely have no idea who's going to win. They fire missiles pretty much simultaneously, so it's, you know, so well, that'll probably give no one the advantage unless they get a kill. Although I have to say, the T-14s did get damaged by a missile last time, which isn't a great indication. Missiles shouldn't be too much of a problem for an amazing fighter. You know, in Kerbal Space Program, obviously in real life, missiles are pretty deadly. But in this, they're deadly, but only when used really tactically. Oh, okay. Anyway, this guy's coming in for gun kills now. Hopefully that guy won't be murdered by missiles, because that will be boring for the finale, the final of the finale. This guy just firing blindly into a crowd of Emperors and Guards. And will he take down the Guard? The Guard may be the better dogfighter, although it's very hard to say, actually. The Emperor and the Guard are both extremely good. The other thing, I have to say, congratulations to Carl for making two amazing fighters. The T-14 is putting fire onto the Guard now, though. Really not letting him escape and ripping him apart with his guns. Now the Emperor will have to come back from this, but, I mean, he has before. I think the Emperor may be the superior aircraft, and the T-14 has been destroyed without us even looking. At the same time, I guess we couldn't see them both. And this guy's got a missile in his tail, but if he can evade, it will now be a one-on-one dogfight. The F-50... What the fuck is going on? Oh, okay, that's the T-14. I was confused. I thought that was the T-14. Alright, so it is one-on-one, though. The T-14 versus the Emperor. The Emperor seems to be hanging out over here, trying to tempt him over land. But now it is gun range. now it is murder time. This is how a lot of these fights have gone, as amazing fights tend to go. The T-14 on the tail of the Emperor. Will he be able to shake him? It appears he might just be able to get out of there, but the T-14 is stuck right to him, puts gunfire in him without any question, and flies on away. Wow. T-14 wasn't one of the ones I thought would win, although definitely one of the ones I noticed from the second I flew it as an amazing aircraft. This is really quite incredible and really nice to fly. I might steal this and use it in Kerbal. Annoyingly, I can't, but maybe I'll take some design stuff from it, you know? This is a really amazing fighter. I'd like to see it fight the Liberator. Maybe I'll do an extra video. Or, I mean, if we do the final of finals, maybe the extra Liberator could come back. That'd be cool. But anyway, that's all for future videos. But congratulations to Max. These are goddamn incredible. Max is a pseudonym, isn't it? It's just Maximus Light. It's just him again, isn't it? No, but no, congratulations to the other Max for making the best fighter we've seen at this competition. It has dominated. It hasn't... I mean, it has had a few of them shot down, but it always comes back. I think it's just such an excellent dogfighter. It's incredible. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the competition. I love making these. This is one of my favorite things to do because it's just raw fun. Like, you know, everything else is pretty good, but, you know, Kerbal Rising is a lot of moving ships around. This is just pure, unadulterated, just dogfight fun, you know? It's good stuff. And I'm going to fly through the bridge, which is the test of any good plane. Oh, I think I'm going to crash it. Also, the test of any good pilot, which I am not. And up! Oh, so close. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I might do that extra video where, because we've done 4 competitions now, and that would give us enough to do some sort of fight between the winners of winners. It will be interesting to see. But anyway, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been KSP with Tape. I will see you next time.